Welcome, my beautiful light workers. This is Rainey from Center of Gravity. I'm excited to announce this amazing channeled program that I didn't realize I had been using as a child all along. There's my little Jasper. And I always like to make light of spirit, so everything hurts and I'm dying. I'm really not. But you can't take yourself too seriously. So let's get back to the program. It's called Center of Gravity, and it's working with your energy centers from your root chakra all the way up to what people know as your crown chakra, but there's something higher than that, and that's your higher self. And what I'm going to be teaching and introducing shortly at Enchanted Reiki for us is how to get there, how to expand your abilities, whether you want to call it intuition, psychic, medium, clairvoyance, whatever, because I use a little bit of everything. But what it does is it guides you through learning what your abilities are, helping you to release those fears, to trust, and to recognize that spirit is always with us. And if we could just learn to listen and see the signs and symbols, we would be on our perfect path. So it's what I tell all of my clients when they come. I always see them like on a path, and I always kind of look to my left because that's where I see energy. And if you're on the left, it means that you're struggling, and you're going higher and higher up the mountain, and you're climbing on sand, and the sand is just moving away from your feet, and the air is just kind of dingy and smells like dirt and sand and just strife and hardship, and you can't even see the top of the mountain, but you still keep climbing. So that's if your path and energy are showing me that you're going to the left. Definitely you're not on path. And then there are those, and frankly, I don't see a lot of people who are constantly to the right of their path because they're kind of lost in their journey, and instead of being to the right, where the right is just beautiful and tranquil and you can smell the air, it's crisp, it's clean, you can see the flowers, you can see even the minutest little air particle. It's just this beautiful space. I call it heaven, but I just call it also being on your right path. And the reason, again, let's go back because I jump all over, I'm sorry. But the reason that people don't always stay in the right path is because of doubt, fear, anxiety, listening to others, not listening to your heart chakra, not listening from the emotional side. You're always listening from the intellectual part of you, which will rationalize things out, which will cause doubt, frustration, anger, fear, all of those things to keep you up here. We want to bring you to down here between your root and your heart chakra. That's your emotional side, and it will always guide you on the right path. And also, when I look to the right, I see people at varying points, and when I see that, that means they're kind of looking for growth and looking for direction. So my goal is to try to teach you everything I've learned about universal law, these wonderful energy centers, to keep yourself the center of your gravity so that you're grounded between heaven and the universe, and that your life is not so chaotic, that you learn to hear, listen, and feel the signs and symbols that the universe is sending us all the time. So we hear all the time that you can manifest anything. You've heard of The Secret, Law of Manifestation, Law of Attraction, all of those wonderful courses that are brilliant and fantastic, and damn it, they work. But one thing that we don't learn, and thank goodness my grandmother, who you see in the background, my grandma Oz, always watching over me, has taught me to, when you ask the universe, because they're going to send it to you, be ready to see and be ready to receive. We don't always know and learn how to receive because we wrap them up in these beautiful little packages. For example, when I manifested my wonderful husband, instead of saying I want a guy who has beautiful complexion, a little bit of a tan, muscles, not much higher, taller than myself, light eyes. I want him to wear snappy clothes, drive a really cool car, have a fantastic professional job, blah, 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 blah. All those things that earthly manifestations are. And what I mean by that, it's more of a unrealistic kind of guy. And I couldn't figure out, I'm attracted to these wonderful guys, but they're all the same and they're not for my greatest and higher good. And it took me a while to recognize that. And what I forgot that my grandmother taught me is I wasn't seeing the signs and symbols. So I cut that energy, I stopped that energy, washed it away from my auric field. And as I'm looking at my path, I'm off. I'm neither left nor right. I'm just kind of struggling. Where do I go? How do I manifest this wonderful individual? But then again, I thought to myself, everybody's thinking, how do I manifest? We do every day. But I'm going to change that energy to manifest something different, something for my greatest and higher good. And when I do, universe, I want you to allow me to see it. So I did meditation, and always believe meditation is the key. Did a meditation on, I want this person to make me feel loved. I want a person who is of moral character, who is a good man, who loves my children more or as much as I do, who wants to be in a blended family, who appreciates my quirkiness. And not everybody understands these gifts, but someone who will understand. So you get where I'm going with this? I am manifesting how it makes me feel. Not my intellectual, but how it makes me feel. So after I meditated a couple of times, didn't get it right the first time, in my mind's eye, in my heart, it just didn't feel right. After a few times of meditating, it just started to flow. And once the energy was released, I said, okay, universe, now it's up to you. Help me to see. Literally, 1 week later, in my inbox, because my girlfriend signed me up at AOL, love@aol.com, I had like 300 emails from all these different guys. I thought, oh my God, they're all going to be crazy men, or it's going to be a woman acting as a man, or it's catfishing, it's all this stuff. But it wasn't. I asked the universe to send me something, so I asked them to show me to see the sign. Let's just try it here. Okay, Lori, open up the emails. And the first 3 emails I looked at, he was one of them. And so I asked the universe, give me a sign. What do I feel? Not what do I think? What do I feel? And I responded. And you see, he really was my perfect person for me to manifest. And when I finally met him, because we talked and emailed and just had these wonderful deep conversations, and it just felt right. When we first met, the first night, we met up in Reno, went out to dinner with my family, and I thought, oh, he's just not my type. He's so great in all these ways, but he's not my type. Okay, universe, Grandma, you did tell me to trust. You did tell me not to put any limitations on it. Don't look at it as it wasn't the package how you wanted it wrapped up. You went to a VW car lot and you wanted a Porsche. Go figure. He's not bad looking, but he's just not my type. When he brought me to the house to say goodnight, he kind of went in to kiss me, and I just kind of friend hug. And he thought, oh God, it's all over. But then I texted him later on, because I literally had spirit telling me, that wasn't very nice. It was kind of like a knee-jerk physical reaction instead of from my heart. And so I texted him from my heart. It was really wonderful to finally meet you in person. We had some other things planned for the weekend. I can't wait to see you tomorrow morning. Because he was going to pick me up, and we were going up into the mountains with his family. And guess what? It was everything and more because I actually trusted and allowed, asked the universe to please let me see. So I have a whole bunch of stories like that that are all true, not just for me, but for my clients. If you want to live a life that is living in truth, living from a place of love, allowing, trust, and getting everything the universe sends you because you've asked for it. My program helps you learn how to receive. So I hope you will check it out. Watch for me at Enchanted Reiki Forest, and also watch for me at some other locations coming up. And you can always look on my website, lookintothelight.org. That's look, the letter N, the number 2. Lookintothelight.org. Because you know me, I had to be different. Now go out and do light work stuff.